Hi there, Dr. Vicki Limfer here with the Shift Happens channel. Today, we're going to talk about accepting 3D circumstances. What does that mean? Does that mean that if we accept like unwanted circumstances in particular, does that mean that we just give up and we just say, okay, I guess we're not going to manifest our desire? Or does that mean I'm going to accept it, move on, and I'm going to manifest whatever I desire? Well, there's a little bit more to it, and we're going to dig into it and more. But before we do, if you enjoy learning how to manifest with love, joy, and ease and fun, go ahead and like, share, and comment. That's how we build our community. I appreciate all of the support that everyone is giving. And if you need help on your journey, go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching at gmail.com. Okay, so let's get into it. When I will often tell my clients, you need to accept the 3D circumstance. I don't know what's going on with my hair. And what does that mean? Does that mean we're going to just go ahead and let it go and we're going to give up? Or does that mean we go back to living in the end? And sometimes when you're in the midst of really kind of a panic or an anxiousness or feeling really some negative emotions around getting your desire. And again, your desire, three main things: love, money, and health. And when I say love, we in this community refer to the specific person, the SP. However, an SP could be a colleague, a friend, a coworker, a boss, whatever, a family member. And it also can include the romantic one. And I know a lot of you are after that romantic one, but it doesn't matter. The subject can change, but the formula never changes. And when I say to accept 3D circumstances, it honestly means do not give it any more energy. Just look at it, accept it for what it is. Because so often we talk about ignoring circumstances, ignoring the 3D. When we ask you to do that, I feel like it's giving a wrong indicator of just act like it didn't happen and just go about, being delusional and being in your imagination. And yes, you do need to be in your imagination, but also you can't try and convince yourself, well, that really did happen, but we're supposed to act like it didn't happen. That's not at all what I'm trying to tell my clients. What I'm saying is, yeah, especially, and it always happens when you encounter challenging moments, the opposite of what you desire, right? And so I say, just accept it. Be like, okay, that happened. I accept it. All right. But I remember who I am. And who am I? And that goes back to that self concept. And even deeper than the self concept is that idea of self worth, of the self love. Because ultimately, that is what this whole journey is about. It's not about the house, the car, the person in your life. It is always about going back to self. It always begins and ends with you. And it really, when I say going back to self, going back to that pure person of who you are. And that's pure love, pure energy, because that is getting back to your God self. God works through you as you. And that's pretty powerful. So when you accept that and really understand that, okay, so this happened, big deal, accept it and move on. And when I say move on, I say move on to another subject. Or you can continue to go to the end and feel as if. So let's take, for instance, I'm trying to manifest money. Let's say I want an extra $1,000 a month. I'm going about life. Things are happening really well. And then I get this bill in the mail. And I'm like, oh my gosh, $2,000. Now, I have that money to spend on that, but I don't want to, right? And it goes in the opposite direction of what I believe what it looks and sounds like and feels like to make an extra 1,000. Well, it's going in the opposite direction. Let's say I get a bill for $2,000. And you're like, dude, that's not going in the right direction. This stuff doesn't work, right? And so you might look at that bill and go, see, it's not working. If it really worked, I wouldn't get this bill. That's not it at all. What it means is I am reacting in a fearful way, right? We have two choices. We have a choice in faith or a choice in fear. And so when I'm trying to manifest an extra $1,000, I see a bill for $2,000 and I start throwing a fit. Well, that's going in the opposite direction all in itself. Because when we are manifesting, we are choosing to respond with faith and not react with fear, right? And so, how do you know I've changed? It's how you respond differently. It's the story you are putting with it. You can be like, you know what? Money comes and goes, which it does, right? And paying bills is part of it. And I know I have money to pay for it, and I am fine. And end of story. You accept it. All right. It might hurt a little bit, but I know I'm taken care of because I know God is providing, God is taking care of things. Now, that's not to say that I'm just going to let God take care of everything. Yes, but you also have to take action, right? You can't just ignore that bill because you're going to get a low credit score because you're going to get taken to the whatever. I've never, knock on wood. I know that's a story I'm telling. I've not had any, creditor problems. But anyway, the point is that you can't ignore the fact that there's a bill. You have to pay it. There is action that needs to be taken. But an action in love and faith means, yes, money comes and goes freely and easily and lovingly. And God will provide. In fact, that $1,000 is probably paying off more and more is coming back to me. It is the story you're telling yourself. That's how you know you've changed. That's how you know you can accept that 3D circumstance when it is showing you something that you don't necessarily want. You get that chance to say, no, I'm going to respond with faith. Reacting in fear would be, I'm not paying it. I'm going to ignore the 3D circumstances. That's what coaches tell me to do. Well, that's not what we're trying to tell you to do. You do need to take action. You do need to pay that bill. But here's the thing. If you need help, especially manifesting money is so easy, guys. I can help you with that like nobody's business. And it's so much fun to manifest money because it is a game. And it is so much fun. If you need help with that, go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. Like, share, and comment. Let me know how you're doing with accepting that 3D circumstance. That's all it is. It's temporary. Everything's temporary. Our emotions are temporary. Our thoughts are temporary. Our belief systems can be temporary, right? You can always change those. And so when I say accept it, don't give it any more energy. Stop giving it energy. Because when you give it more energy, a lot of times you get that choice of faith or fear. It goes into that fear factor. And Lord, we get into these storylines that just can't come back, right? Well, you can't come back, but it just goes into a negative storyline where it doesn't feel good. And once you accept it, you realize the power you have because that's taking accountable. You're accountable for your thoughts, your words, and your emotions, your feelings, right? And that's how you create your destiny. And again, oh man, if you want to learn how to manifest money, come join me. We can make millions in minutes. That was it. You can, but that was clickbait. I kind of make fun of it. Make millions in minutes, fast, now, instant. It is instant. Once you start thinking about it, it is instant. But all right, that's another video. How to accept that 3D circumstance, especially when it's showing you something you don't want. It is so easy. Let it go, move on to a different subject, and stop giving it so much energy. Until next time, I know this landed well with you. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and let's build this community. All right, take care. Bye-bye.